front of each other. Remove your flesh from underneath and sit on the sit bones, taking your shoulders up by the ears and dropping them on the back, getting the shoulder blades together, opening your palms on the knees or your legs, starting to close your eyes gently, starting to relax your mind, relax your shoulders, relax your whole body, starting to bring awareness within yourself. Focusing on your breath cycles, taking your inhales and exhales. Just follow those breaths. You can take a mudra if you like, so coming into a Gyan Mudra. Sitting tall, extending your spine, keeping the back of your head, neck, and spine all in one line, all the way down to your hips. Bringing your hands to prayer mudra and tuck your chin under. We'll just chant 3 ohms. Take an inhale and Om. Inhale again. Om. Last time, take a deep inhale. Rub your hands and gently put them on your face. Rub your face, open your eyes, and let's start seated. So just take some warming up poses here. Let's just side to side, moving your hips side to side. And now take your hands, inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, twist open to the right side, taking the right hand on the back of the low back on the floor, pushing your fingertips into the mat. Twist open, bringing the left hand to the outside of your right knee, looking over your right shoulder. Wakening up your spine, take an inhale, lift the hands back up, exhale, twist to the left side, bringing the right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand fingertips on the floor just behind the low back, helping it to twist deeper. Put a slight bend in the left elbow. Next inhale, come back up. Take the hands overhead. Exhale, hinging at the waist, flat back. Coming down, forward fold. Trying to reach the belly first in between those legs. And then trying to bring the chest down. And then if you can, reach the forehead to the floor. Keeping both sit bones on the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go into a cat-cow. So come onto your knees and palms. So your knees need to be directly under the hips, fingers wide on the mat, just under your shoulders. And to check the distance, you bring the elbows right by the knees where the fingertips end, pick up your palms and put the wrist there. And that should be your distance for your hands away from your knees. Just rock side to side quickly. And now drop your chest down, arch your low back, take the chin up towards the ceiling for cow. Take an inhale, shoulders need to be out of the ears. Exhale, put a round in the upper back, shoulder blades away from each other, pulling the belly in towards the spine, bringing the chin to the chest for cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And we're coming back to a strong tabletop. Tuck the belly in, and then the tailbone needs to go in. Looking up with a straight neck and spine. You want to bring your left hand to the center. Take the left leg back behind you. Keep your left hip parallel to the floor. Take the right hand out to the front. Inhale. Here, bird dog. Keeping your core activated. Pulling the core muscles in. One more inhale here. Making sure your left toes are pointing to the floor. Flexing your left foot. Exhale, release. Bring the right hand to the center. Tuck the tailbone in. Keep a straight spine. Extend your left hand out. And take the right leg far behind you. Keeping the right leg flexed. Right foot needs to be flexed, toes down, heel up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, release. Pushing your hands into the mat, fingers wide. You're going to tuck your toes under, and we're going to take your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep a deep bend in the knees if you want. And then start straightening out one leg at a time. Bending one knee. Taking the opposite heel to the floor, and take your dog for a walk. Sending your chest towards the thighs, pushing with your palms into the mat. You can put a slight bend in the knees, try to reach the heels to the floor, and reach your chest towards your thighs, looking at your navel, trying to extend your spine. Next inhale, look towards the top of the mat. You can take a hop or you can walk towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up, coming up to a straight spine. You can bring the hands to your shins. Pull the shoulder blades together, tuck the tailbone down, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming to the top of your mat, we'll do your Surya Namaskar A. So reach your hands overhead. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. Trying to reach your belly to the thighs. And then trying to bring the chest further towards the thighs. Inhale, look halfway up, flat back. Exhale, go into Chaturanga. You can hop or take one leg at a time to plank. And then lower down to Chaturanga. Inhale up, dog or cobra. In cobra, you need to push your shoulders out of the ears. Knees and thighs need to be up. Lift it off the floor. You're on the tops of your feet, and now roll over those toes. Take yourself back to down dog. One breath cycle here. Take good inhale and exhale. Looking towards your hands, hop, skip, or walk towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up. Reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go into Surya Namaskar B. So you're going to lower your hips down to the floor, feet are touching. Touch the fingertips to the floor, lift the hands up, tuck the tailbone under, lifting the hands high, sitting low in your chair. You should be able to wiggle your toes, pulling the core in, tailbone towards the belly button, no arch in the low back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale to Chaturanga, push your palms into the mat, and then you can jump to your plank, bend the elbows, and then push yourself down to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bring your right foot in, so take the right leg far behind you. Exhale, bring the foot in between your hands, drop the left heel, and you're going into warrior one. So take an inhale, lift your hands up, lift the upper body up, keeping your right knee just over the right ankle, keeping the hips square to the floor, to the front of the mat. Your left pinky needs to be touching the floor, and the left leg needs to be straight. Square out the hips to the top of the mat. Hands go overhead for warrior one. Exhale, we'll open up to warrior two. So take if you need to widen your feet, you can, making sure your heel for the right foot and needs to be in a straight line with the left foot. Hands are out to the side, hips need to be square to the side, knee needs to be open to the back, and you should be able to see your right middle toes looking over your right fingertips. Take an inhale, hinge forward slightly, bring the right hand to the top of your right thigh, circle your left hand up and over. Head, bring the left shoulder blade back to side angle. You should not have your upper body rested on the right thigh. Next inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten out your right leg, hinge forward, going into triangle. So keeping your spine straight, hinging forward. And now lower your right hand down, left hand goes up, keeping your hip open to the back, left shoulder open to the back, left hand reaches up, right hand can either reach through the floor, or if you're able to grab your big toe, you can, but you need to have your chest open. Next inhale, put a bend in the knee, come back to warrior two. And then you're going to turn to full crescent, lift your hands up, exhale, go back down to low lunge, take your right foot back to plank, take an inhale, chaturanga, roll over those, your shoulders need to go past the wrist, bend the elbows need to be right by the rib cage when you go down to chaturanga, flip your toes, go up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Need to do that on the left side, so take the left leg far behind you. Take an inhale, bring the foot in between your hands. Drop your right heel to the floor. Bring your hands out to the front. Inhale, lift up to warrior one. On the left side, keeping a deep bend in the left knee. Knee needs to be over the ankle. You need to make sure your right foot is grounded into the mat. Right pinky toe has to be touching the floor. Right leg needs to be straight, slight bend in the knee. Open up to warrior two. Making sure your foot is in line with the back foot. Your hips need to be open to the side. Open up your hands. Left knee needs to be open to the left side. Take an inhale, hinge forward, side angle. Take your right hand up and over, keeping the right shoulder blade open, right hip open. Next inhale, come back to warrior two, straighten out your left leg, hinge over the leg, first touch the wall in front of you, and now tuck the hands down, left hand down, right hand up, keeping the right shoulder open to the back, right hip needs to be open, straight spine. Next inhale, put a bend in the knee, come back to warrior two, and then come into full crescent, coming up on your toes on the right foot. Take an inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the floor, low lunge. Taking the left foot back to plank. Inhale here, exhale down. Inhale up, dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Walking towards the top of the mat, you can hop or walk. Put a bend in the knees and jump towards your hand. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, lower your hips down, come back to chair. Tuck the tailbone under, no arch in the back. Hands go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come standing, lift the hands back up overhead. Exhale, take an arch or bend into your back, sending the hips forward. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. You're going to take your left foot and open it out to the side. So you're going to come into a wide forward fold. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders, bring the shoulder blades on the back. You can grab your waist, pulling the shoulders back. Take an inhale, exhale, lower with the flat back down. Bringing the hands to the floor. Bend your elbows, look halfway. Take an inhale, exhale, lower down. Toes are pigeon toes, so your toes are pointing inside slightly. Heels are pointing out. Trying to reach the crown of the head to the mat with the flat back. Inhale, look halfway up. Grab your waist. And exhale, come back standing. Turn your right toes to the front of the mat. Coming back. We're going into warrior three. And then we'll do our half moon balance pose. So come up on your left toes, take an inhale, reach your hands up overhead, hinge forward slightly, bend your right knee, lift the left toe up, heel goes towards the ceiling, keeping your hips parallel to the floor, reach the left leg a little bit higher if you can. Hands can come out to the front or they can stay in prayer at heart center, balancing. Find a focal point to help you balance, and go into your deeper breath cycles. Turn your right toe slightly, bring your right hand to the floor, grab the left hip with your left hand, open the left shoulder first to the back, reach the left hand up for half moon. Keeping your left foot flexed, toes pointing to the side, heel to the back. A slight bend in your standing leg. Next inhale, bring your left hand to the floor. Turn your right toes to the front, coming into standing split. Exhale, bring your left leg to meet the right. Inhale, look halfway up. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come standing, flat back, reach the hands up overhead. Hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gonna take your right leg back behind you. Come up on the right toes, lift the right heel off the mat. Inhale, your hands up. Hinge forward, slight bend in the left knee. Lift the right toes off the floor, keeping your right hip down parallel to the mat. Lift the leg higher. Keep the foot flexed, toes down. Breathing, finding a focal point to help you balance. And slowly turn your left toes. Bring the left hand to the outside of your left foot. Turning the left toes. Turn your hips to the side. Lifting your leg higher. Bringing your right shoulder back. Flexing your right foot. Take the right hand up. Half moon. Next, inhale, bring the right hand to the floor, turn your left toes, lift the right leg higher if you can. Inhale here, exhale, standing split. Next, inhale, look halfway up, bring the right foot to meet with the left, shake out your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come standing, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take an inhale, reach your hands back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Put a bend in the knees, take your feet back to plank. Strong plank here. You need to push your heels just above the toes, lifting your knees up, tightening your thighs and glutes, pulling the core in, pushing the shoulder blades away from each other, fingers wide on the mat. Roll over those toes, bringing your shoulders past or just over those wrists. Bend the elbows, going down for chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take your right leg back. Inhale. Exhale, bring the leg in between your hands for a low lunge or runner's lunge. Lower your left knee to the floor, releasing the top of the left foot. Take an inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, straighten out your right leg. You're going to take an inhale here, hinge over the leg, flat back, trying to reach down with your flat back. You can bring your hands to the floor, reaching your nose to the knee, stretching out your hamstrings. You can lift the toes if you like for a deeper stretch here. Bend your right knee. Take an inhale, lift your hands back up. Exhale, bring the hands on top of your knees. And you're going to bend your left knee, bringing the left heel towards your glutes. You're going to stretch your quads on the left thigh or left quads. Reach for your left ankle or the top of the left foot. You can bring your right hand to the floor and bring the heel closer towards your glutes, feeling a deeper stretch on your quads. You can lower down if you want. Always put a cushion under the knee to protect the knee joint. And release the foot down. Push your hands into the mat. You're going to tuck your left toes under, lift the left knee off the mat, and take the right leg back to plank. We'll do a chaturanga here. Inhale, going down, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take your left leg far behind you. Bring the foot in between your hands. Bringing the knee just over the left ankle. Lower your right knee to the floor. Releasing the top of the foot. Inhale, lift up. Hands go up. Exhale, straighten out your right leg. Lower down, your left leg. Bringing yourself with the flat back over the leg. You can reach your hands down. Inhale, halfway here. Exhale, hinge a little forward. Stretching your left hamstrings. You can lift your left toes if you like for a deeper stretch. Lower your left foot down. Come back on your knee. Inhale, lift up. Bring your right heel to the glute. See if you can reach for the right foot. Bring the foot closer towards your glutes or hips. Lower your left hand to the floor and go into a deeper stretch on your quads on the right side. Slowly lower the right foot down. Bring the hands to the outside of your left foot. Tuck the right toes under left. Right knee lifts up. Taking the left foot back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. You're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Take an inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, reaching slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, you're going to take an inhale, reach the hands back up. And you're going to lower down your hips going into Malasana. Lift the hands up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Start bringing the hands down to heart center. Lowering your hips towards the floor. And then you can bring your hands and wrap them on just in front of your knees. You can drop your heels down completely to the floor. You can stay here. Or open your knees and feet slightly, toes pointing out, hands come to heart center, pushing your elbows into the knees, opening the knees wide, keeping your spine straight and tall. If you're having trouble to get into this pose, you can put a block underneath you to help you balance here. Drop your hands to the floor. We will try to go into a crow. So you can lift your hips up, bring your knees to the triceps or on inside of your armpits. Looking up first and then lifting one foot at a time. Trying to bring the toes to touch. Keep breathing, find a focal point to help you balance. Play with it. If you fall out, slowly come back in. Bringing your hands back to heart center and slowly try to balance on the toes. Bringing the knees to the front, keeping your spine straight. Slowly you're going to make yourself down towards on your sit bones. So come to your sit bones. Bring your feet in front of you. Bend your knees. Bring the heels down further towards your hips. Pull your chest forward. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lean back slightly and keep a straight back. Now lifting one foot at a time. Going into boat, releasing your hands, breathe. And then slowly lower your legs down in front of you. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Keeping your feet flexed, trying to reach for your ankles, the outsides of your feet or your toes. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, flat back coming down over those legs. Inhale, come up. And slowly make yourself two on your back. So coming down slowly, rolling down to your back. Keep your knees bent, bring the knees into your chest. Give the knees a good hug. Rock yourself side to side, grabbing opposite elbows over those shins. And now take your legs up, feet up towards the ceiling. Flex the feet and come into waterfall. Start bending your knees, bring the knees to the outside and see if you can reach for your feet and the outside of your feet. Going into happy baby, stretching your back, stretching your thighs and hamstrings, trying to reach your knees further down towards the floor. You can rock the baby side to side. And then slowly lower your feet down to the floor. Bring your hands out to a T. Lift the feet off the floor. Keep the knees together. And then lower the knees down to the left side for spinal twist. Keeping your right shoulder blade on the floor, looking at your right fingertips. If you like, you can extend the right leg and straighten out the left leg as well. Try to reach the right foot further back towards the head. Slowly bend the knees, bring the knees back to center, and bring the knees over to the right side, spinal twist on the side, looking over your left fingertips, keeping the left shoulder blade on the floor, stretching out your left side of the body. You can straighten out your left leg and the right leg down, relaxing the right foot down. You want to reach the left foot further towards the back or towards your head. Slowly bend the knees, bring them back to center. And then you can go into Shavasana, dropping your feet down, keeping your low back to the floor. You can stay here or open up your ankles, relaxing the ankles to the corners of the mat, opening your hands out towards the ceiling, closing your eyes, making yourself into Shavasana, which is very important towards the end of practice, calming your mind down, calming your body, slowing down the breaths. Two more breath cycles. Bringing awareness back into the body, start to wiggle your hands, your fingers and your toes, rotating your wrists and ankles if you want, getting into a wall-to-wall stretch. Inhale, reach your hands overhead, feet pointing towards the back. Stretch it out, exhale, bend the knees, roll over to the right side, using a right hand as a pillow, keeping your eyes closed. And slowly make yourself back to an easy seat. Push yourself back up, come to an easy seat. Again, simple cross leg, half lotus, hero pose. Whatever you feel comfortable. Taking the shoulder blades and putting them on the back, relaxing the shoulders, bring your hands back to your knees, palms come open towards the sky. Keep your eyes closed. And then slowly take your hands, circle them back up. Inhale, reach the hands overhead, palms come to touch. Slowly lower your hands down towards your heart center, exhaling it out. Tuck your chin under.